Hello, everybody. Just waiting for the last couple of uh, just 1 minute for everybody to join in. Thank you so much for joining our today's webinar. We will start just in 10 or 15 seconds. Okay, so I think we are ready to start our webinar. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coding Invaders webinar. We have today a great topic. Today we will be speaking about data analytics, and you yourself will become a data analyst for 2 hours. So the most important part today is actually to speak a little bit with the hiring managers about how to get into data analytics and what are the requirements, and also to practice a little bit to become a data analyst yourself. So basically, this is our plan for today. So thank you once again for joining us, and let's start. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Alexander, Alex. I am entrepreneur, and I have been building edtech companies mostly in Europe. And in my career, I taught more than 20,000 students across the world. Actually, I think it's even more. My company, Skill Factory, is one of the top companies in Europe in professional education. So we are quite popular in this part of the world. And now we're coming to India. It's been some time that we are in India, and our company here is called Coding Invaders. Today, we will also speak with Shivam Dutta, who is a data scientist at Redware, and we will talk a little bit about his experience hiring data analysts and his journey into data analytics. So once again, our team is very experienced in the sphere of data science and data analytics. We are one of the biggest data science and computer science online universities in Europe, and work with big companies like Metro Cash and Carry, Procter & Gamble, Cisco, Danone, and others. Here's more or less the geography of our students. So we're happy that you will join this community, this family of people who are interested in the development and becoming a data analyst. Today, the webinar will take about 2 hours, and will include actually Q&A. So let's start. And first of all, I'd like to ask you to tell a little bit about yourself. So I told you about myself, I told you about my company, I told you about the speaker. So now it's your turn. Please write to YouTube, where are you from and what do you do? So it will be really, really interesting to know where you're coming from, what is your experience, and this is extremely interesting to me. So please don't hesitate to write about yourself, where you're from and what you do. I think this is really, really important. Okay, I seem to see the first answers. Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure to have you on our webinar. Okay, let's move forward. So today we have 3 topics. We'll discuss career and data analytics. We'll speak with the hiring managers, and we'll have an interactive practice session. So first of all, let's start with the first question. What is data analytics? Because there is a lot of hype around it, and let's actually have a more clear picture of what it is and how should we go about it. So I will actually tell you in a way of a story. And I think this is a good picture that explains more or less what data analyst does. So data analyst is a kind of a queue. You know, there's this guy from James Bond movie who is behind the stages, but who is helping a lot James Bond to be very successful. Because we can say that James Bond has pretty fierce competitors, right? And they're also very strong, very smart, and have a lot of equipment too. But I think one of the things that makes James Bond special is that he has his Q guy in his ear who gives him insights about the situation on the field right now. And that's why it helps him a lot, because he can go out of very, very difficult situations because he has the right data in the right time. So basically, the job of data analyst is be this Q guy and to help businesses to make great decision based on data and based on facts. So basically, this is why data analytics is so popular right now, because more and more companies are actually relying on data and data-driven insights to be successful. What kind of companies is it? So there is a lot of actually fields, and in every field there is hi Shivam, if you don't mind, I will mute you so it will be more convenient for our participants. So right now a lot of industries actually use data analyst. I think most of the industries, if not all. Some of the industries that are more hiring a lot of data analysts is finance. They rely heavily on analyzing the data. Sales, right now, there is a big demand for actually understanding the sales and which products is selling and why. So there is a lot of data analysis going on. Business consulting, of course. Tech industry. For tech industry, data analysis is really the backbone. So all the tech companies like Amazon, Facebook, you name it, they have huge data analytics department, and of course they have not only data analysts but data scientists and many other professionals in this field of data analysis. Of course, marketing and communications, they right now rely heavily on data analysis and hire a lot of data analytics at this time. Insurance is changing right now, and also it needs a lot of professionals in this field, and of course startups. For startups, having data analytics in the team is crucial because they're competing against big companies that have a lot of resources, and it is smart decision making and data driven analysis that makes startups so successful. Like a lot of tech startups, for example, they grow really rapidly because they have great data and can get great decisions. So this is more or less the spheres that I chose, but of course there are many others. So right now this field is exploding. So as for how much data analysts make, so if we speaking right now about data analyst, so this is not data scientist, this is the entry level positions. In many cases, it's a first step towards the data science. So average data analyst make around 400,000, 27 rupees, 1,000 rupees per year. And actually, this amount can grow a lot when person move into data science or into other spheres. Good data scientists can make up to 2 lakh and more in India and globally. Not 2 lakh, 2 million, 2 million rupees per year. So let's speak a little bit about the skill set. What exactly do you need to become a data analyst? Me personally, I have been speaking with more than, I think, 40 hiring managers in this couple of months in India. And I can say that more or less people need the same skills and the same knowledge. So what is very important is, so we can divide it into 2 categories. First is like technical skills, and other is like other skills, soft skills and other skills. So let's start with not technical skills. First of all, you need to have analytical thinking. So you need to be able to solve problems effectively. And this is like one of the uh, most important thing for good analysts. So they not only need to know some tech stuff, but they actually have to be able to use them to create value for the business. So this analytical thinking is crucial. Also, some other things that are really important is presentation skills, so that you will be able to communicate effectively or with your employers and with other companies that you work with. And of course, you need to have the knowledge of business area where you work in, because to be successful, you need to understand the business, and the more you understand the business, the better. So for example, if you right now have experience working in some area, so it is a big advantage, because the more you understand the business, the better kind of analysis you can do. As for the technical skills, there are 4 main skills that are necessary, or even 5. So the tools, you need to be great in Excel, you need to be great in SQL, you need to have experience with data visualization in tools like Tableau and Power BI, and you need to have knowledge of Python. So these are the 4 main skills, more technical skills. If you have experience working with these skills, you will have no problem finding a job. Also, what is important, but sometimes it's the importance for the data analyst position. So you need to, so let's speak a little about it, about math skills. So math skills are also very important, but for data analyst position, probably you would need to know some basics of statistics and math in general. And this skill will be more and more important once you move further into your career and move towards data science. So for data analyst, you need to have some general understanding of basic math and statistics, should be able to understand experiments, to work with some samples of data. So you need to be able to understand what is some math background around that, but actually this is not so difficult. Yeah, it can be taught and it can be studied pretty easily. So the good question is, can you start a career in data analytics if you have no experience? So this is many questions that people are asking. So I would like to talk a little bit about this. So let's first introduce Pooja. Pooja is a good success story of a person who started her career in sales. She worked as a sales manager in a telecom company. And while she was working as sales manager, she started taking online courses. She invested in her education online. And actually, I think it was after a year that she managed to switch to another position with the same company. She became a junior data analyst. And this is a great story of what can happen, right? If you have the right skills. And of course, she also had the good understanding of the business. So it also helped her a lot in this. Now, another story is about Deepak. Deepak is a BCom graduate who, during his time in the university, he gained SQL and Excel skills. And so after that, he was able to join Barclays Bank as an operations analyst. Later, he picked up Python and Power BI. He learned the skills, and he was able to switch to a more advanced data analytics position, where he has been working for more than 6 years now. So it's also a career path that is quite common. Also, another situation that can happen, and this is a story of Jyoti, who used to work as a chartered accountant, and after she had a break, in her career for 4 years. And while she has been unemployed, she learned new skills. And later she found a job as a data analyst in Healthcart, which is a fitness company. So to sum it up, many people who don't have coding experience actually go through this path and successfully get a job. So the only thing that is kind of lacking for many people is this skills part. So once they get the skills and some experience, they can be very successful in a new career. Let's speak a little bit about the requirements. So what do you need to start studying data analytics? So basically the kind of first things that you need to know, there is no really hard requirement for that, right? So it's only soft requirements. What is really important is your character traits. So you need to really love to organize things. So you need to love order and be very attentive to detail. So you need to have a personality that is in line with the analytics job, when you have to deal with a lot of data and organize it and find patterns in them. Also, some soft skills that you need to have is problem solving. You need to love to solve problems, to work with things that are not so obvious from the beginning, and to get your hand around it. Also, as I mentioned, communication skills is really important. So nowadays, and data analysts who only can speak with the data, but who cannot speak effectively with the people, with their customers, are not so valuable as data analysts who can communicate effectively. So communication skills would be a great asset to begin with. But I think all of the things are really important, but what is really important is motivation. So basically, I have seen it in thousands of times that if a person has a determination to change his life and get a great and profitable profession, nothing can stop him or her on this journey. But if you don't have it, if you're not sure that you really want to do it, then probably it will be hard for you. But once you decided, yes, this is what I want to do, everything becomes much easier, and all the problems that might occur can be solved. So I think this is the only real requirement that is needed right now. And sometimes there are two types of fears that people have, and I see it like all the time. So let's talk a little bit about that. So first, people say that I cannot get to data analytics because I'm not a technical guy, right? So I cannot code. I don't have technical expertise. What I can say about that? So for me and from my experience, this was not important. Actually, you can learn coding very fast under the guidance. So if you have the determination and you have the right mentors around it and right support, you can learn coding. Especially coding for data analytics, data analyst position is easier than coding for example, software development, or even coding for data science. So coding for data analyst is not so hard. So basically, you need to get started. Of course, you need to have experience, but you can pick it up pretty soon. Another really common fear that people have that actually stop them from taking the first step is, I don't know math. And we already spoke a little bit about that. You only need to know basic statistics to get started. And actually, under the supervision, you need to learn the math that is needed in 3 months. So you can cover really those topics that are completely essential. Of course, when you start this journey, it never ends. You have to study all the time. You have to learn all the time. You have to read books, go to conferences, and practice, speak with your colleagues and stuff like that. But what we are talking here is what you actually need to get started. So to get started, you need to understand very well the basics about statistics, and this is essential. But other things you can pick up later, join the course, go to the university and pick up other skills. to develop in your career further. So right now, I wanted to invite Shivam. Shivam, sorry, I ask you to unmute and turn on your camera. Oh,
Hi
Shivam,
Alex.
hi.
Hey, how?
Hi, hi. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a privilege to have you on our event. And I think this is like one of the most important parts of our event is really talking with a person who is kind of doing it day by day and who has experience interviewing people and has experience in this field. So let me first start by asking a little bit about your journey.
Mhm.
What was your journey into data science sphere and how it all happened?
Sure, sure. Thank you, Alex, for having me here first. So I'll definitely talk about my experience as to how I jumped into this field. Of course, I guess this will be helpful for our viewers as well, right? So I
Yeah,
guess
sure.
as you were speaking, right? So it's no one. There's a chance that you can break into this field even if you don't have any experience, right? So I was from a chemical engineering background, so I
Hmm.
got placed in Reliance in the core sector. So I was placed as a statistical modeling engineer, so not as a data
Hmm.
analyst or a data scientist.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
then I started learning things on my own. So took a few courses, learned new skills, learned Python, learned statistics, coding, and stuff like that. And then started looking for relevant jobs. So I was fortunate to get into data science job directly. So I switched as a applied data scientist in a startup called Sealed Square, which is a cybersecurity company. And recently, within 1 year of my joining, it got acquired by a company called Radware, which is a very known name in cybersecurity. So yeah, uh, so my journey was going into the core field, doing my routine job, and then learning a few new skills through online courses, and then uh, jumping into this career field. Of course, now I am currently working at Blackbuck, which is a logistics company, and yeah, pretty much working on data science problems. Also hiring a few data analysts, product analysts, and data scientists as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this uh, story of how you get into this field. I think it's really motivational for people that you can actually you were not born with this kind of special star, that you were like so special that only you could get right into this field. It's a lot of effort and work that you put into this, and then it paid off
Correct.
later in your career. So I think it's very important. Uh, so we have I will just switch between the my questions and questions from chat. So
Uh-huh.
there is one question like can you tell the difference between data analytics and data science? This is a
Okay.
question from
Uh,
chat.
I guess data analysis is a precursor to data science. So take any data science related job, take data science related project, you'll first be required to do exploratory data analysis, right? Which is nothing but a job of a data analyst. So in simple terms, you get the data, but even before thinking about all the models and algorithms that you need to put in, you need to first make sense of the data, and that is what is the job of a data analyst. So you basically analyze data in various forms. So there are of course methods and techniques, but that is the first step. So in career, if you're thinking about a career in data science as well, right? So if you are, let's say, not getting a jump into data science based roles first, there is no harm in joining as a data analyst, and then of course you can gradually step up, to data science based roles, right? But data analyst is a good point to start. I think if you have those set of skills, let's say you have studied data science or data analytics, whatever, but you're, let's say, not getting a job in data science. It's
Hmm.
there's no point to wait it out to get that perfect job. You should start somewhere. So start as a data analyst, and then jump in your career. So of
Thank you so
course,
much. Thank you
yeah,
so much for this clear depiction between these two fields, because we hear these questions all the time. What's the difference?
right.
And let me jump back to my question.
Mm-hmm.
So, from your experience interviewing data analysts,
Mm-hmm.
so what are the requirements right now to get a job as a data analyst? So what is needed?
So of course, so there are different things. So if he has already worked in a similar role, the questions will be
Yeah.
different. The
Yes.
expectations will be different. But if I am hiring a fresher, let's say,
Yeah.
I will be mostly looking for common skills like problem solving skills. Given a case, is he able to come up with some sort of solution? So given a data
Hmm.
set, is he able to wrangle it up and then come up with some insights? Right. So
Hmm.
very basic. Right. So just need to test his mindset and how he's thinking. Basically, not much of core mathematics or statistical skills, but yeah, definitely will obviously test him on tools like maybe if he's proficient in SQL or Python.
Hmm.
I'll probably give a few simple problems to test that out. uh, if he is claiming he has those skills. Of course,
Hmm.
if let's say if I'm hiring for a very fresher role, and I have
Hmm.
that bandwidth to, let's say, spend 15 days and give 15 days for him to learn, of course, I think
Hmm. Yeah.
that is also doable. So more or less basic problem solving skills, and of course, is he able to communicate whatever
Hmm.
he is thinking, right? So
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
for a
Thank you
data
so
analyst.
much. Thank you.
That is the thing. Of course, if I'm interviewing for data scientist roles, I'll be looking for more core skills like statistics, and then I'll be looking around his knowledge of theoretical aspects like machine learning, deep learning, and stuff like that. But yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Thank you so much. And can you say a few words about some of the interviews? For example, people come to interviews to you where things can go wrong. So what people do not in
So
not in the
the first thing
right
that
way.
they do is so the first major red flag is underconfidence, right? So
Hmm.
people know all that stuff, they have studied all those things in online courses, they know everything.
Yeah.
If you ask him
Yeah.
in a friendly manner, they will be
Yeah.
able to answer all that stuff. But
Yeah.
in interviews, particularly in India, what happens is people have that people seem to portray the interviewer as some kind of a godman, right? So
Hmm. Hmm.
that should not be the case, right? So the interviewer has some requirement, and that's why he is talking to you, and you have to appreciate that, right? So when you think it's a two-way requirement, you also need a job and he also needs a candidate, then if you think in that manner, your interviews
Hmm.
will go more smooth and you'll be more confident about your answers,
Hmm.
right? So this is
Hmm.
a major problem that I see, especially in freshers. They think,
Hmm.
okay, this job is a very big point for me. If I, let's say, speak, if I'm not able to answer, what will happen, and so and so forth. And
Yeah.
in that, they don't convey the concepts, even if they know all the things, right? So building
Okay.
confidence is very important.
Okay. So probably I would ask the audience to also come up with questions. So it will not. It's interesting to have a like more interactive conversation. So my last question is would be so we are still talking right now to people who are aspiring data analysts, so they are in the beginning of the journey. So what would be
Mhm.
your advice to them? So uh what should they do? What you can recommend?
I guess the first thing is, of course, you have to decide that this is a career path for you, right? So first thing is motivation, of course, and that should be logically deduced, as in you should study as well as to what is going on in this field, right? So be it data analyst, which is a precursor to data science, and which then is a precursor to, again, or is somewhat related to AI, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you see the advancements in AI right now, you'll realize that this is the go-to path in the coming few years, right? So once you have decided that, okay, I want to go into this field, which is the future right now, so
Mm-hmm.
fix the goal and then work towards it, right? So once you have fixed the goal, there is no point in looking backwards. So once you have decided that, okay, I want to get into this field, then your preparation starts, right? So
Mm-hmm.
join a course and then start developing the skills, right? So and you have to be very focused and how hardworking, right? So success does not come overnight, so you have to put in your extra efforts as well, of course. If you join a course, there will be mentors, there will be instructors, but then again it comes to you. If you are willing to
Sure.
put in your
Sure.
efforts and doing assignments, projects, and you're doing hands-on coding on your own, only then you'll be able to get a grasp of it, because of course good things will take some sacrifice, so you have to sacrifice some
Sure.
of your
Sure.
short-term luxury to
Yeah.
go into that field.
Oh, thank you so much. I have a like story. I think I've been in Barcelona in some startup place, and near there was like a stairway and a lift. And they say there was like print, there is no elevator to success, you have to take the stairs. So I
Yep.
think it sums it up
It's
pretty much, right? So we many people can help you, but it's up to you to really to decide if you can do it or not, right? Okay, so we have also another question from my audience. Is it's Chaitra who is asking. I'm currently doing MSc in Big Data Analytics. How do I find internships?
Okay, so doing MSc in big data analytics, right?
Yeah.
So I guess there are a few platforms, right? So build your resume first. So the most important part of your resume, of course, if you talk to experts, they will suggest you that you have to highlight your projects and the keywords which are relevant to the role, right? That they
Mm-hmm.
are
Mm-hmm.
expecting. Of course, when it comes to internships, they do not, uh, like they do not check for these things so strictly, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a good practice to have. So in your resume, you should, whenever you are applying to any company, it should be, your project should be highlighted, the keywords should be highlighted, and then it will come in the eyes of the recruiter, right? So and then probably you'll get a call and then some interviews. But yeah, for internships, build a nice resume, take some help from experts who have already gotten uh, who already have experience of applying and getting a job or an internship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
uh, then probably just start applying. So there are various portals wherein you can apply for internships. Particularly, you have interns all wherein there are a lot of data science or data analytics based
Mm-hmm.
openings in internships, as well as they have
Mm-hmm.
recently started this fresher jobs, right? So all sort of platforms are there. If you just do a Google search, you will get all sorts of
Mm-hmm.
platforms. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, your projects should be highlighted well. Otherwise, the recruiters get thousands of resumes every day, so they'll not
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
not get highlighted. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
And also, if you have
Okay.
done some core projects, right, so which is very relevant to one particular industry, try to target those industries first. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
you have done a project in, let's say, you have done a project in, let's say, cyber security. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
apply in those industries, right? So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So now we come to this, blitz time. So I will ask you a question. You do very, very short answer, so we can have a few questions to cover. First is what is spatial data engineer? I don't know if you if you met this one.
What is spatial data?
Spatial data engineer. Yes, I don't know.
Spatial.
I've never met this one.
I have also not heard of this term, but data engineer is someone who builds
Yeah. Can
pipelines
you tell
for.
about data engineer?
Correct, correct. So data engineer is someone who builds pipelines for data scientists to put their models on. So it's basically pipelining of the data, how the data comes in, so and how it gets stored, how the models get stored, how is the prediction pipeline happening, how is the training pipeline happening, and
Mm-hmm.
what are the data sources connecting them to the models and so on.
Thanks. So another question. So to try to answer like in a couple of sentences.
Okay,
What would be the major problem if I change from marketing to data analyst?
there's no problem at all. You should definitely do it.
I can agree. So I'm working in BPO right now. Is my experience will going to be count if I switch to data analyst?
So your BPO experience will not count as such, but your work experience will count. So they'll treat you as someone who knows how to work at least, right?
Mm-hmm,
Of course, if
mm-hmm,
you show
mm-hmm.
this, you'll get a fresher level job in as a data analyst. But I guess fresher level, so the salaries will be at par with whatever you are getting, maybe even 50% more than whatever you are currently getting, right? So does not matter if it counts or not.
Thanks. And I think the last one that we're going to do today, I don't know if you can answer this. I have completed my BCA and I'm planning to pursue my MCA. Which specialization should be better to do?
So, if you are looking to go into data science, so there is no specialization first. So you have to start with studying analytics and data science first, and then you'll probably choose some specialization. Maybe you'll choose some deep learning specialization, go in that way, or you choose machine learning engineering, wherein you deploy models into production. So you go that route. But to start with, you have to start with basics.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's been really, really helpful. And thank you so much for giving advice and sharing your experience. I'm pretty much sure that many people got a lot of insight into this, and just speaking to the person who is really doing this is valuable. So thank you once again, and I'll let you continue with your very busy day. So thank you so much for coming, and talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you, Alex, for having me
Yeah,
here. So one
thank you.
last point for our
Yeah,
audience. So if you want any help in data science or in any career-related help, you can just contact me on LinkedIn, and I will be very happy to help you out. I am there in LinkedIn as Shivam Datta, so you can contact me.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's very special. Thanks a lot. So guys,
Alex, thank you.
you have a really special opportunity here. So
Thank
if
you.
you have a question, just contact Shivam directly. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
I will then continue with my presentation. So right now, we are moving to the next and quite exciting time. Right now, we will try to become data analysts ourselves. We practice with a real coding session right now. So I will ask my team to actually share the link in chat. I can do it too, actually. Oh yeah. So we have some spam over here that we need to delete. So I'm sending you the link right now. You should be seeing it right now. Oh yeah, you're seeing it. Okay, so what we need to do, let me first explain you the technical part. So here we see a thing that's called Colab Notebook. Actually, it's a very useful and easy tool that you can code online. You don't need to install anything on your computer. You just need to call. You can code just directly from your browser. So I send you the link. Go to this link, and also let me ask you this. So go to the file and press save copy in Drive. Press save copy in Drive, and then you will do your own copy that you can actually edit and use for coding. So I'll do exactly the same. I will create a copy, and right now I will be in the same situation as you are. So if you are able to do that, please press plus or OK in chat, so I know that you successfully did it, and this is that I know that I can move on with the presentation. So let me see. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I see first answers. Thank you so much, guys. Please let me know if you're okay, if you manage to do a copy of this notebook for you. If you need help with this, please write in chat. Okay. So yes. Okay, I see more people actually succeed in doing this. So let me start by presenting you the case. So you work in a toy store as an analyst, and it has been severely damaged by the pandemic. So the profits really went down, and this store is struggling to survive right now. It also has except for the offline store, like real brick and mortar store, it has an online store. And this is the only hope of the store to survive. So in order to survive, the store needs to make 5.7 million rupees in profit in a Christmas sale. So if it makes this amount of profit in a Christmas sale, the store will be able to survive and maintain the business. If not, we need to close. So let's kind of, so for you, you have a task from a business owner. Say, hey, please look at the data from last year's sale and tell me how much sale can we predict for this year. So this is your job, is to really understand how much profit can you actually get, taking into consideration the data from the previous year. So let's get started. We're using Python to solve this problem. Of course, it can be done with other tools, but I really want you to have a taste of the more difficult tools and to see that they're actually not so difficult. So first, we will need to import a few libraries. So this is already tools that were made for us, so we don't need to do everything ourselves. There is a very good tools. It is a pandas library and matplotlib visualization library. So we would use two libraries to actually do everything very easily. I will do this, and then at certain stages, I will ask you to write some code. So there is some code missing, but some parts I will show you. So first, our first job is an every data analytics job is to get the data. So basically now we need to download the data from the Christmas sale from the previous year. We do it like this, and then we use command head here to show first 10 lines of the data. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. So please follow me and do exactly the same. So just very important to kind of run cell, to run the code in the cell, you need to press play over here, and then the cell will be executed. So we see here the data. Let's look at the data. What do we have here? We have the date, we have the category, So basically, there is all the purchases that were made by date, by category. So they are organized by date, by category. So for every date, we have, like, for example, on the 19th of on the 19th of December, for example, there is a purchases were made in games and puzzle category, and in the same date we have the purchases made in education and construction toys category. So for every date and for every category, what kind of data do you have? So you have count. Count is a number of sales that were made, right? Number of purchases that were made by customers. Purchase price is a price for this category that we bought it from a distributor. Sale price is a price that we have for consumers, and in stock end of day is basically how many items are left in the stock by the end of this day. So this is a data that we have from last year. Now we need to start analyzing it. First thing that we understand is that we don't know the revenue, right? How much money we actually got in every day, because we have the sale price, we have a count, but we don't know how much money we actually got every day. So in order to do that, we do the first calculation. To do this, we can use a very simple thing. We create a new column. We create a new column called revenue. And in order to do that, we need to multiply the column count to the column sale price. So if you multiply count by sale price, you get a revenue, right? It's pretty simple. And you can just do it really simple in Pandas by multiplying the whole columns. Let's do that. I press play. And now we don't see the code. We want to see the new table, right? We want to see if this operation was done successfully. So right now it's your turn to code. Please just can you add code that will show first 10 lines of the same table? So please right now press just put your code in here in this place and press play. Then once you do this, say okay or plus in chat. I'll wait for some time for you guys to actually do it and to try your first line of code that you write completely yourself. So please do it. And please tell me when you are ready. Okay, we have the first person who made it. Great, Shivam. Great job. Please others write when you are when you're done. As you know, we already used the same command before. So okay, yeah. Please don't write the right answer in chat. So let everybody think for themselves. Okay, so let me do this. Let me show you how it's done. So we already done it. We just do the same and we show. Okay, so you see, wow, we created a new column. It is this easy. So right now we see the revenue. We see how much sales we actually got in every day in every category. Right now, let's calculate how much sales we got in total. So for all the days, how much sales did we get? So for this, I already have the code for it. We use the command sum to the revenue column, and it will show you the number. So let's do this. Yeah, so in sales, we got 12 million rupees in sales in this Christmas sale. Okay, that's good, but it doesn't help us because we need profit. So now we need to calculate total cost. So we have a revenue, but we need to calculate cost. How much money did we spend actually buying those items that we sold? In order to do this, we do completely the same, right? So we create a new column called total cost, and we do the same. We multiply count. So how many items did we sell by the purchase price? So how much did we pay for the distributor? And we use the same sum command to actually tell the total cost that we spent, right, buying those items. Let's press play over here and see. All right, so we got 12,700,000 in sales, and we have 7,800,000 in cost. So right now, what we are really close to solving this problem, right? Because what we need is a profit. So now it's your turn to calculate profit. Right here, you see profit is calculated pretty simply. You take the revenue and you deduct total cost. So please, guys, now it's your turn to code. Please add another column called profit and calculate it. So now it's your turn to use pandas and to calculate the profit. And then, so you add your code here, and then there is another commands that I already made for you. So I summed all the profit for every days, and I use this kind of table, not this table, this number. So when you just do profit, it will show you what is the value of profit. So first, you need to write one line of code by calculating the profit column. Please do it. Once you are done, please write plus, okay, or yes, anything that I know that you are okay, right? So you managed to do this. So profit is revenue minus total cost. So we have both of these columns already calculated. So you need to add a new column by deducting total cost from the revenue. Please go ahead and do it. We already did it like before, but just it is like slightly different, but more or less the same tools that we need to use. Done. Great. Let's wait for some other people to actually finish, and I'll show you the right answer. Okay. Okay, let me show you the right answer. So basically what you need to do is you need to add profit column. So profit will be revenue minus total cost. So you take revenue and you subtract total cost. It actually shows you, it helps you because it's already know what kind of columns are there. And that's it. That's how you add profit. And then let's see what kind of profit do we have. Right. Great, guys. You're already doing it like before me. That's great. So we have 4.9 million rupees in profit. Let's go to our first assignment. So we need 5.7 million rupees. Oh, it means that if we do exactly the same as last year, we will not have enough money to actually support this business. It seems that this business needs to close down. But until we do that, it's the last step that we can always do. What we need to understand is probably, is there something that we can do about it? Probably we need to look a little bit closely to the data to analyze. Probably there are some things that can be improved, right? So this is what business owner asked you. He was really disappointed, and he wants to understand, probably there is something that we can do. Can we use the power of analytics to actually help? So to do that, it's always very useful to have a data visualization, to see with your own eyes how it looks and to find the patterns in there. So for this, we would use this matplotlib library that we actually kind of imported. And this line seems very, very difficult, so don't look at it right now. Once you have more experience, you would understand how it actually works. But right now, let's press play and see how exactly this data looks. Wow. So here is the data. Let's just spend some time to look at this data and tell me, does it look okay? So in this data, what do we have? In this data, we have various categories by various colors, lined by various colors of various colors. And here we have the number of sales per day, right? For every category. You would see that, for example, the blue line is books and magazines category, and how many sales you actually got this day, like on the 19th of the 20th, 21st, and etc. So from the 19th till the 25th of December. So, and there are other categories. So tell me, looking at this data, is there something wrong? Does it look okay? Or some things are strange for you? Can you please write me in the chat? What's, is there anything wrong? Please, guys, don't be shy. Just say your hypothesis. So say your ideas. Let's brainstorm together and see. Do you have any kind of insights looking at this data, if everything is going wrong or everything is going like, okay, no issues with this data? So I give you another 10 to 15 seconds to come up with some ideas. So what can go wrong here? So we can look at, for example, you see the blue, education eclectic sales is low. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So education, let's see, education and collectibles. I think it's to education and collectibles. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. So basically, you see, there are two types of categories that are very different. For example, you see that books and magazines have more or less the same amount of sales each day. Or if we look at games and puzzles, so games and puzzles have more or less the same amount of sales each day. But as actually Mahesh told us that if we look at other categories, for example, education and construction toys, you see sales are going really, really, really well. Bam, it went to zero. It went to zero and it didn't go up. So also there is a collectibles and toy guns. You see, first day sales went well, okay, and then bam, they went to zero for a couple of days, and then it went back, right? So for 2 days there were really no sales at all at this category. Let's see at vehicle track sets and remote controls. Yeah, you're completely right. You see, it started off really well, but then it went up to zero, and there was like 000 until it went up the last day. So there is something wrong with it, right? So why some categories are doing like stably, and why some categories just have like this periods when they have really, really low sales? Let's try to get deeper into this data and find insights in this data. And as Shivam told me, this is what called exploratory data analysis. Let's do some exploratory data analysis. First of all, let's have the list of all categories. That's going to be really useful for us. We use the command unique for this, right? Just press play. So these are all categories that we have in our store. Then let's look at the category of dolls that seems okay, right? The dolls, let's see, dolls, it's been pretty stable all the time, right? So let's see how it looks. So we use the special kind of filtering command. Just do like this. Just you would have a category that is equal to games and puzzles. So show all the lines that refer to games and puzzles. And you can see here that the sales really have the same amount of sales, the same amount of revenue, the same amount of profit. So it's pretty stable. Now let's look at another category. And now it's time for you to code, guys. Please, once again, write here the code that will show the items for education and construction toys category. That looks strange, right? Just please filter this data for me and show it. And show it. It's time to write your code. There is a good comment that there are various types of visualization. Of course, yes, of course, there are various types of visualization. And sometimes we can use various types of visualization for our work, right? That's a good point. So right now, when you're ready, press OK, write plus if you are able to. Done. Thank you so much, Shivam. Thank you so much. Done. Great, guys. Thank you so much. So let's do it together. We do the same, completely the same, but we just need to change the category, right? Except for instead of games and puzzles, we need to use education and construction toys category. Let's do it. And let's look at this data together. Tell me, what's wrong? What went wrong here? So what exactly was the problem? Why did we get so crappy sales, right? It went up really well. So you see there is an amount that is comparable to a good category, games and puzzles, but then it went really badly. What went wrong? Just looking at this data, tell me what went wrong. Thank you. Just also write your ideas, just analyzing this data. What went wrong? Stock is not there. Thank you so much. Exactly. You see, so it turned out that this item just went out of stock. So we didn't buy enough items for this year, for last year. And that's why some of the categories were completely out of stock. And due to analytics for filtration and looking at the visualization and getting deeper into the data, we found this problem. And right now, let's see. So what if we bought enough items of the categories that were lacking sales, that probably we would have more sales, right? In this category. So right now we need to do a very, very simple prediction, right? That will help us understand how actually we would do, right? If we had enough items in the stock. So let's try to do it together for the category education and construction toys. And later you will do the same for 2 other categories and will practice yourself. So first of all, let's find once again all the data for education and construction toys category, right? Here we go. We already did it before. Then let's kind of find the lines when the stock was 0. So actually, when the stock was 0, we would find the lines that were affected by the amount of items in the stock. So these are the days when there was, on the contrary, we'll find the days when the items in stock were not 0. We will find the days when items in stock were not 0, right? And now we need to have some sort of an average profit for these days. So let's do the average profit for these days, just to get an understanding of how much profit would we do, right? In a normal day. In a normal day, how much profit would we get? So for this, we use the function mean, right? Which is a function that calculates average for this profit column for the days when there were items in the stock. So let's press play here, and this is the amount. So basically, if there were items in stock, we would on average do 239,000 rupees of profit per day for this category. Now we need to replace the profit for the days when there were no sales. So basically, we would need to find how many days we get 0 sales, right? How many days we did poorly with this category. And now we would do it like in the next line. In the next line, we actually find the data for the days where there were no sales. It's like when the column count was 0, right? It's 1, 2, 3 for this category. If we do it correctly, then it should be 3 here. Let's see. Yep. So there are these 3 categories, and now we need to count it. How many actually days were like this? And we use the count function for this. Okay, there is 3. And right now, we need to calculate additional profit. So how much profit would we get if for this day the sales were not 0, right? It's pretty simple. So you need to calculate average profit for the days without sales. And it's very easy, right? We already did it. We just need to multiply two numbers. So for this category, we would do 700,000 rupees of additional profit. That's pretty good, right? Here is the power of analytics. We didn't have this sales before, and now we have 700,000 rupees out of nowhere. That's great news. So right now, it's your time to code. Please write your code for 2 categories, right? So basically, I did all the calculations for you. All you need to do is to enter this to filter the categories, right? Filter the lines that actually refer to the categories in the first cell: vehicles, truck sets, and remote control toys that were affected, and this in the second cell: collectibles and toy guns. So please do this and calculate additional profit for vehicles and additional profit for collectibles. So these are the 2 categories that were also affected. And then we would have all the data to calculate how much additional profit in total did we get. So please, now it's your turn to code. You need to fill this cell and this cell with a single line, only here. You need to find the kind of lines for the category vehicles, truck sets, remote control toys. And you need to find lines for collectible and toy guns. So actually, we already did it before, so it should be pretty simple for you guys. Once you finish it, please write me in the chat. Yeah, so we already did it before, so it should be very, very simple for you to do it, right? So we need to here find all the data for vehicles, track sets, and remote controls category, and here find all the data for collectibles and toy guns category. Once you're ready, please tell me. Say okay. Let's do it together. Let's do it together. And if when you're ready, please tell me that you did it. So we, as I said before, we did it. So it's very simple filtering job. We just need to use the same, but change the category for the ones that we need. So for vehicles, it will be vehicles, track sets, and remote control toys, right? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mahesh. Great job. And then you can run this and you see how much additional profit you have for this category. It's 600,032. 632,000 rupees. And for collectibles and toy guns, let's do exactly the same, but oops, no, that was not it. We just copy and change the category, right? It's pretty simple. You can all do it really simple. Guns. And let's calculate within the same way. We find the lines where the stock was not zero, calculate average profit, count, find the lines where there were no sales, count how many days were there, and then multiply average profit by the number of days without sales, and you get your additional profit. So for this category is 235,000. And now let's together, let's do this. Let's calculate total additional profit that we got, right? So we take all the, we call this variables, all these numbers that we got. We take this one, then we sum it with vehicles additional profit, and we sum it with collectibles additional profit, right? Okay, thank you so much, guys. And you get your total additional profit, just summing all the additional profits for every category. And so we have 1.5 million in additional profit. And let's see how much total profit did we get from this sale once we kind of added new items that were out of stock. So it's 6.5 million. Wow, that's great, because as you remember, we needed only 5.7 million rupees in profit, and now we have 6.5 million. So the owner is really happy, and you don't have to find a new job. You can stay at the job, and also you get a hefty bonus for a job well done to spend on the Christmas time and to buy yourself something nice. So thank you so much for bearing with me. So great job. You did your first coding exercise, and you see, of course, you didn't understand everything, but still you were able to solve this problem, and it's great, right? So more or less working as an analytics in the data analytics field is solving problems like this, and you already have one problem that you solved. Great job, guys. So right now we'll go back to the presentation and try to sum it up a little bit. Basically, we spoke a little bit about what is required, right? You have to have motivation. You don't have to have fear. And so we have a solution for you. So basically, I'm gladly, it's my honor to introduce you our course in Coding Invaders. So we teach data analytics from scratch. in just 6 months. So basically, we will be able to get everything you need to become a data analyst in 6 months. What makes us special? As you saw, we have a lot of experience and have a great connections with the hiring managers that we work with. And this course made in collaboration with hiring managers. And here we have a 100% job placement guarantee. So basically, our career center will directly connect you with the Indian international employers and will help you all the way until you get a job. And if so, basically, we guarantee that after successful graduation, you will get a job in 3 months, or we will get 100% refund. So basically, we will return you 100% of tuition fee if you are not successful in getting a job. So we are very confident that you were able to get a job with our hiring managers, partners, and our career center. So what kind of hiring partners are we talking about? So we actually have a big list of companies that we work with. This is just some of them. These are big companies and startups, agencies, and also our alumni network is pretty huge. So these people work in international companies like Cisco, Johnson Johnson, Procter and Gamble, and others. So basically, you'll be in good hands. And if your goal is to get a job in a new field, is to really switch your career and find employment, we are a good place to be. So basically, how it works right now, you need to leave a request on the website, and our counselor will contact you and clarify all the details. So basically, we want to talk to you to know a little bit about your motivation, to know about your background, because we are also investing in you, right? So if you don't have the motivation, then it will be very difficult for us to find you a job. So we need to talk to you first. Then if this part goes well, we will send you a payment link. You can pay for the course. Then you begin to study. Our job is to really help you all the way up to the final project that you do, and then you get certification afterwards. You get a certificate, portfolio of real project, acquaintance in the IT industry, acquaintances with the employers, and then you will get a placement. How we train. So we believe that people who change careers need a lot of support. And our job is to support you a lot on this journey, right? So we have a success coach who monitors your activity, follow up if you have any problem, or you can ask any question. This person, he is a dedicated person for you. We have a mentor from the industry, from big companies, and who help you do the projects, your portfolio. So you do a lot of projects on this course. This is the main idea. Also, you'd have lectures from Indian and international companies, and you would have very fast technical and academic support. So if you have any issue, any problem, any doubt, so we answer 90% of the questions within 1 hour in the working time. So basically, it's very once you have a problem, for example, you're doing some exercise and you have a problem, you can ask us, and you get a very, very fast response. So right now we are in the end of the Christmas sale. So it's the last time, last chance for you to get this kind of biggest sale of the year, Christmas discount. So right now it costs only 5,200 rupees per month, and for the yearly EMI. So if you just join now and pay until so right now you need to pay only 2,000 rupees to book a seat until Monday evening. You will be able to enjoy this Christmas sale, which is, I think, great news. And also for the dedicated people who actually listen, who actually made the exercise, I know you guys are really motivated. So for you, we have an additional 10% discount until if you register for the course. So if you apply before 8 p.m. So if you apply before 8 p.m. today, so you leave your credential, you would have additional 10% discount because, as we told you, motivation matters. So thank you so much for staying with us all this time, and you would have the best deal here. So right now, also, we are happy to provide you with the certificates for participation in this workshop. It's our pleasure to do it. So the only option, the only thing that you need to do in return, you need to subscribe to this YouTube channel. So basically, you need to subscribe to this YouTube channel and write to our email. We will write it in the chat right now and send a screenshot of your subscription to the channel and with your full name, and we will send you back the digital certificate for participation in this workshop. Thank you so much, guys, for staying with us up to this moment. Thank you. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer you. And once again, thank you so much for participation and taking time to invest in your knowledge, invest in your skills, and get you to know about the new industry. So yeah, also they say that it's only 10. Oh, I didn't know it. There is only 10 seats left. Okay, only 10 seats left. Okay, important information too. Only 10 seats left. With it. So the course starts on 25th of January. So yeah, please, right. Please register to it and okay, yeah, I see the request now. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, that's great. I have my team is writing me that they already have see some requests already. That's great. Thank you so much, guys. Mahesh is saying that you don't have an IT background. That's okay, because for many people who do not have IT background, data analytics is the first actual step to get into the career. And as you can see, many people also didn't have the IT background who actually became data analysts. So Mahesh is asking, so his background is MBA, and I guess you want to get into the data analytics and data science field. So it will help you just a lot because you will get all the skills required to get a job, and we will actually guarantee that you get a job. So we will actually connect you with the hiring managers, help you with the CV, help you prepare for the interview, and everything that is needed to actually find a job in this field. How to send screenshot to email? I would ask Raina to actually share the email so that you can send the screenshot there. So the course is 6 months long. So it's a 6-month course where you can take the full kind of journey from scratch till kind of getting all the skills in Excel, SQL, Power BI, and Python, and a lot of projects. So basically, you would have the skills, you would have portfolio of projects, and we will help you and connect you with the employers. So the timing of the course, you mean like It's 6-month course. So how it works? Let me show you. So the course is contains various activities and various formats. So for the things that like for the materials you need to cover, like there is videos, screencasts, text materials, a lot of exercises, which is like the most important part, right? In order to get Python and SQL skills, you need to practice. So you need to practice, 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 and then you get the skills, right? So we give you like uh, for SQL around 300 exercises, for Python around 500 exercises. So you really get the skills like in the tips of your fingers. Also, there are live webinars with the teachers and mentors regarding the cases and projects. So the timing is that you have a new lesson every week. You have kind of every week you have a webinar that is on the weekend. Uh, uh, and so you have a community in Slack where you can ask all the questions, and the answer given by our support team, mentors, success coaches, and fellow students. So that's how it works. Mahesh asked total cost. So actually, the total cost is a little more than 60,000 rupees because it's EMI for 1 year, right? 6 months course, but it can be broken down into a monthly payment for a year, so it will be more easy for you to actually cover the costs. So there is my background is IT and have my data analyst. So great. If you have background in IT, it will be easier for you to get this course. So the more kind of background you have, the better. But it's not required. But it's nice that you have it. So please join the course while there are still some seats left. So there's another question. I don't know how to coding, no math, but I'm ready to learn. Just after request. Thank you so much. It's great. It's great, and of course, what it takes is just the first step. And of course, if you knew everything already, why did you need the course, right? So the course actually helps you get those skills, like in math, in coding, in data analysis, and actually helps you get all the skills you need to get a job. And as you saw, many people go through this path. You just need to put an effort, and it's possible. It's possible. It's nothing magic in it, right? So you just need to do the work, and you will get the results. It's very simple. How much opportunity to work from home as data scientist? Oh, yeah, right. I mean, right now, everybody's working, I guess, from home, but not only right now. So many data analysts and data scientists, they work remotely. They can work remotely for the Indian company. They can work remotely for US companies. Like, because what you really need to do is to do the data analysis, and you can do it like from home. There is a lot of remote teams out there. Our company works remotely, fully remotely. We have data analysts and data scientists as well, and it works pretty well. So in this kind of job, it's very common for people to work remotely. Yeah, I wanted to ask Roman, is there any seats left for everybody? Just so that we have an opportunity to get everybody for the next batch. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer. A few, there's a few subslides. Okay, great. So please, guys, if you really want to get into this profession, I think now it's perfect time to get into the new year with a good goal, right? To get into the data analyst field and work with other students who have the same goal. Of course, I think it's very powerful as compared to studying on your own. So, okay, thank you so much, guys. And I think share email. I think Raina already kind of did it. Right. It's Raina at codinginvaders.com. So please look a little bit up in the chat and you'll see the email. Yes, so I can. Oh yeah, thank you, Raina. Thank you, Raina. Okay, guys. So for this, I think I will end the session right now. Thank you so much for joining, for doing all the exercises. It's been a pleasure to be with you. So whatever you decide, just data analytics is a great career. So looking forward to seeing you all in a new role, in a new profession, and changing your life for the better.